there, internet. Quarantine Card Boy coming at you with another Legends of Runeterra video for you guys today. And today we are going to play some more Hecarim, because I believe one video does not do this deck justice. I'm back at it with the Ephemeral army. In case you guys don't know, I uploaded a video with this deck a few days back. It's called Hecarim's Ephemeral Army, and it indeed, in fact, has a Hecarim in the thumbnail. I'm pointing this out because I'm not going to dive too deep into today's deck tech because I've already done it recently, so you guys can check out that video and see what I have to say about the specific card distributions, why I chose the cards that I chose, the synergy within the deck, and all sorts of mulligan and gameplay tips. I will go over that more in detail in here. Today's video is going to focus more on the climbing gameplay that I had with this deck the other day. What I mean by climbing gameplay is that basically I wanted to use Hecarim to do some climbing in Master's rank, right? As I test all sorts of different decks, I tend to dump my rank pretty often, right? When I'm trying a new concept, it doesn't work out. I end up lowering in the ranks, and I ended up around like 1,000 in Masters. So I wanted to climb up to top 500 again, and I switched over to this bad boy for the first couple of hours of my stream the other day, and it did wonders. And I felt like that climb to the ranks was worthy of a video, even though it's a deck that I showcased relatively recently. I feel like this deck should get a little bit more exposure because people don't really realize that ephemerals are good right now. Ephemerals are incredibly underrated. They're not really present in any tier list whatsoever, and I use this deck to beat the top tier decks in the meta, so I definitely think it earns a slot in tier list, even though I'm not the biggest advocate of tier lists because I believe they're always relatively subjective, and they change really, really fast as well. So it's a good tool. It's a good reference to see what people are playing, but I wouldn't take them so to heart and super seriously, right? Like I wouldn't, you know, I always just build my own decks, right? And I like there to be tier lists though, because I like to know what people are playing, because that gives me a bit of an edge as I am playing less common strategies, right? But I do believe Ephemeral deserves more recognition. I think this is a very, very solid list, and I know I said I was going to optimize it from my last video because I do have a lot of different cards in this deck, but ultimately I found no card that I wanted to replace, not even the Oblivious Islander, which was perhaps the most suspect card in the deck. I was looking at Mark of the Isles instead, amongst other options, but ultimately I decided to keep the Oblivious Islander because the body can be really neat against aggressive decks, and I like the potential extra sack outlet for the Blighted Caretaker, which is something that this deck can lack at certain times due to the fact that we don't have that many low drop units early on, even though that's why the Curse Keeper is there. Sometimes we don't have one, so having the Oblivious Islander gives us another shot at having a unit to sacrifice with the Blighted Caretaker and really make her and Soul Shepherd shine, as these two cards together are just amazing, man. Like, Soul Shepherd is super legit right now, and people don't even know. They be sleeping. They don't know. Nobody knows anything. But yeah, this deck is really, really strong. It's worked very well for me. I climbed 500 ranks in Masters over the span of 2 hours, which is really pretty impressive, honestly. I've only dropped a few games, and I want to share the gameplay that I had in said climb with you guys today, as Hecarim is very overlooked, and hopefully that starts to change, because he is an incredibly fun champion, and I really love that highly synergistic builds like this are a thing in Legends of Runeterra. So without further ado, I'm going to stop talking, send you over to the games. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like and subscribe because it's free if you watch my videos. Or not. I cannot ultimately control what you do, unfortunately. set the potential tyrant. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Have a solid day. Hopefully you enjoy the games. And just keep in mind that I do post a Legends of Runeterra video every single day with the new deck as well. And yeah, enjoy the games. And I'll see you tomorrow. Hecarim is so rude, bro. Also gets roasted by every champion. Does he? I know his. I mean, Draven roasts him pretty hard. That's true. Okay, so Ash Sejuani. Alright. Dawn and Dusk can be incredibly powerful in this matchup because they don't have that many ways of interacting with it. So I'm actually. It sounds crazy, but I'm actually going to keep this card in my hand. And I'm going to drop these two. I'm gonna keep the Blighted Caretaker because I'm attacking third. Like, this is a little bit greedy, I'm not gonna lie. This is definitely a bit greedy, like this Dawn and Dusk, but I feel like in this matchup, this card is just like super powerful.
They're out there. I'll spot them.
And I think I will just, go for a Vile Feast here, prevent damage, and give myself an outlet for the Blighted Caretaker. Which, I won't play this next turn unless my opponent develops something worth, you know.
The trap is set.
I don't think that's worth it. Now I have Darkwater Scourge plus Deathmark.
Gotcha.
I'll get rid of this. Slow him down a little bit. Now he has no reason not to attack with this, exactly, and we'll let that go through.
They walked around.
Mogwai Heart, hope you and your GF are feeling a bit better today. Glad to see you, Mogwai Heart.
Thank you, man. I'm actually gonna drop you. I mean, I could just set this up again.
Victory requires a sharp blade.
I'm happy I didn't drop this. The question is, do I want to trade? I get rid of this. I remove that.
Everyone's a garden.
Vile Feast can answer this if I do top deck it. Culling Strike counters this.
I will unite the Freljord.
And attack with a single one.
I'll cut them up. You're mine.
I'm through waiting. Give them a chance. My saplings. I'll take him dead or near enough. It can't be.
We shall pierce their treasonous hearts.
Reckoning is very, very scary here.
Bow to no one.
Everyone's a garden. Heaven should be you.
They must all pay the price. Stand and fight.
No, 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 no!
You have earned your fate. You will never find peace.
Shadow approaches.
Sharpen the blade, secure the kill. Does death follow me, or peace?
It's time for the jutsu. And now that we got the attack off, alright.
I'll lead us to victory!
Let's go, baby! Nice harsh winds, huh? Nice harsh winds, buddy. That's why I kept the Dawn and Dusk in my opening hand! That's why!
Freeze what you can, coward.
Rude, but I'll take it. Ooh! If only Scourge was a sea monster, I don't think Nautilus needs more immediate support than what he already has. Alright, elusives. I've been seeing some elusive decks running around. They always do end up making some sort of a comeback. I will keep the Vile Feast and Callista. I'll drop the Glints Beyond, and I'll keep the Will of Ionia. Will of Ionia is very, very important against elusives. Bruised by God doesn't like one-offs because for him it feels like you don't have a straight game plan. Well, you know, that's definitely not an opinion that, like, I've heard that multiple times before, right? He's not the first deck builder in card games to come off with that argument. I disagree with it heavily though, because I believe when people go with that, they fail to acknowledge the fact that card games are somewhat chaotic at times, and being able to have a more diverse set of options and resources to react to what the opponent is doing and to help out your own strategy ultimately gives you more. Just having more options is better. That's how I see it. If you run your deck with just 3 ofs everywhere, 3 of, 2 of here, 3 of, 2 of there, you're just becoming more linear. I'm floating this mana because I wanted to see if he played something so I could Vile Feast, like a Green Glade, you know, the Green Glade girl, basically.
We shall not rest until all betrayers.
And this also allows me to set up the. He's attacking with this. What could he have for 2 mana?
You have earned your fate.
It's a weird attack. I'm going for the Haunted Relic to level up Callista.
Death to all betrayers!
We weren't expecting callers.
The Order rewards its faithful.
Treachery ends now! Our bond preserves you!
Oh, I forgot my water. So that's why I went with that line of play. I wanted to generate another copy of Escaped Abomination there. Kind of like start flooding the board, because we're in a bit of a race. Whenever you face elusive, it comes down to a race. That's what the game becomes.
The Yordle here.
Because of the elusive keyword, you're put on a clock, no matter what you're playing. So sometimes the best option is to just race them. Just constantly race them. I want to keep my Deny open and my Will of Ionia open, so I'm going to drop the Soul Shepherd here.
Walk with us, shepherd.
Night falls.
If he has a Will of Ionia, that's fine. Next turn I'm gonna have a total of 6-7 mana, which means I can combine this, yeah. I just want to drop this. I can also just like Vile Feast you, but I want to drop the Dark Water Scourge. Because it will heal me, right? Like, I have a target to resurrect Callista here. Like I said, yeah, he can just Will of Ionia, and that's fine. Because next turn, like I said, I'm gonna have 7 mana. I have access to deny. He's only got 7 mana himself, so he can't like double. He can't Will of Ionia and to deny himself. Now here's one of the interesting aspects, though. Here's one of the interesting things. I top decked the Blighted Caretaker.
They'll never see me coming.
And that's just very interesting to me.
There you are.
I have deny backup, but I can't afford that right now. Like, I feel like I miss out a lot if I don't go for this, because if I don't manage to kill him this turn,
Trust is a weapon.
Do not fear death.
There is work yet to do.
like, this is too strong not to go for it. Honestly, I really like my...
You cannot
Your
escape.
Hecarim deck-powered meter within 1 win from Masters. ALBAAAAAA.
ALBAA to you too, my brother. See that? See that health gain? 16, brother!
Dark beckons.
16. We looking good. We looking good, son. Let's just be smart about this turn. You know, we got deny and Will of Ionia. We don't really need anything else. Right now, yeah, we don't need much else here. So we're gonna, yeah, it's over. There we go. Woo, nice.
We have no mercy.
We did it. So yeah, I was gonna basically play the Shark Chariot there. Just to have a little bit of extra, you know, presence on my attack next turn. But it was just very, very unlikely that he was able to survive there. I don't particularly like Vile Feast in this matchup because, you know, his shit is just really thick. I am going to keep Maokai and the Blighted Caretaker, though. Will of Ionia is also really neat. A bit early for Neverglade collectors, but... oh well, at least, you know, we got the perks of the spell mana system. So, we aim to be playing Will of Ionia on curve
Try
here.
anyone more. I love a taste of the action.
Oh yes, she does our visitors.
Especially considering we can play Soul Shepherd and... do we have the space though?
Advent, come here, handsome.
Hello, dear. What have
You
you
got us into now.
My turn. Come, the journey ahead is long.
I served for decades, and you call on me now. They will pay for what they did to you.
All that matters now is the little ones.
Do not fear death. Is that all?
War teaches us all.
I don't carry change.
Scar a lesson. They'll see me sooner or later.
From every fallen, a new seed.
It's why I really love Maokai in this deck. Maokai is great in this deck, especially in a matchup like this. And now the Neverglade Collector can really help us survive here.
I tire of waiting. Morning, evening. The shadow approaches.
You must be Lord Vladimir.
And you must be supper.
They grow up so fast.
Time marches on with or without you.
I assume you've come for me. Oh, please.
War teaches us all.
My saplings.
I have another Hecarim, and I'm not gonna go for the Death Mark again. I have to respect the Noxian Fervor.
We'll take what we want. The rest will.
11 mana, which means I can't really do this, and this, or this. I can't do that, and that though. I don't really see. Well, that's the thing. Like Deathmark is actually pretty damn strong here, I think. But I can't do that, and that anyways. I can play you.
You accepted what became
and
what was I supposed to do?
I can do that, and I can double Deathmark. Like that's a good play. I like that line of play. How far away are you from leveling up? 4, so after an attack you will level up. But I can trade you into you.
The strong take.
I've fighting to do.
This is dangerous. I have to respect the burst potential here. I may have to just sack.
Let's get this over with.
I'm absolutely parched. Bottoms up.
Alright, we have to block you here. We have to block you here.
I cannot be broken.
And what we have to do is Deathmark here. He preserves Vladimir, but he still loses. Okay. That's perfectly fine now. Do I need 2 Glimpse Beyond here? I don't think so. Next turn I'm going to have a total of 9, 12 mana. Yeah, that could be more relevant.
I cannot be.
Behold my glory.
Just another witness.
How marvelous.
Certainly to battle.
Got up!
What you can, coward.
Well, at the same time, I believe my opponent did misplay more than I did. He was too cautious. He was too cautious with the They Who Endures. He should have been greedier with them. I'm gonna drop Hecarim, and I'm gonna drop the Will of Ionia as well. In this matchup, I very much like seeing the Curse Keeper and Glimpse Beyond. Curse Keeper is a really good play on curve against Karma Ezreal, because right now they have a pretty solid Thermogenic Beam onto my 2-3 if I were to play it, but they definitely don't want to resort to it to this. So next turn, as they float all this mana, they have all of a sudden 6 mana to deal with. So now when I do drop my Soul Shepherd,
Does death follow me, or peace?
all of a sudden that Thermo Beam is not as juicy. it's actually very clunky. It forces them to tap out, so they have to play something first, like a Shadow Assassin, right? But if they don't have Shadow Assassin and they only have like spells in hand, then this gets really awkward because I survive a Mystic Shot with this, and you know, they could have a Get Excited, but that requires them to go for a 2-for-1 trade. It's just not. It's much better to play Soul Shepherd now than it was playing it on curve prior, because of the fact is if we play it on curve, we're just playing into their game. We're giving them a very, very clean Thermo Beam. And now look, they're just gonna Mystic Shot us, and they're gonna set up a double Static Shock here. And we will react to this Static Shock with a Glimpse Beyond to slow down Ezreal's level up. You are actually smart. Do I come off like an idiot? I wouldn't take that as a compliment, but I don't know, man. I don't know how to feel about that. Let's see.
Fresh catch? Well, it was fresh.
I could Glimpse Beyond here to slow down his Ezreal level up, but I don't want to sacrifice momentum for that. So I'm gonna let that go through. I'm gonna drop the Soul Shepherd.
Journey ahead is long.
And I'm gonna drop a Dark Water Scourge. Just because this represents a shitload of damage. Like right now I'm threatening 10 damage to the face. And that is a hit that I'm very happy to go for at turn 5. Interesting. Definitely not... was not expecting a Trail of Evidence.
With quiet steps, the dragon approaches.
I do like this Death Mark though. He does get to stall out a turn, but I'm developing this crazy board, and he's got to do something about it.
The dark beckons.
Hecarim is no longer in Thermo Beam range, which means we're going for him. Bull of Ionia could be a thing, but that, again, that just slows him down. Next turn, I'm going to have 7 mana. Okay.
They cannot hide.
Is that a Thermo Beam? Thermo Beam. Alright, that was pretty slick. It's a second Thermo Beam though. But I kind of just want to go for this open attack. This hit is very important.
I fight with my spirit, not my fists.
Oh, hello there.
I'm gonna go for the Glimpse Beyond here. This will make it so that the Eye of the Dragon is less likely to be able to get the Dragon Link next turn. And I also, of course, slow down Ezreal's level up progression. I'm gonna drop the Neverglade Collector here. This is already applying a tremendous amount of pressure.
Let's see all of it.
He's forced to drop Ezreal.
I'm in.
Ezreal is at 4 still. Alright. We're threatening quite a bit here.
I have come for
the unforgiven.
And that's exactly what I wanted to see.
Clear your head. Let your instincts speak.
We're going in. Yone blocks onto Hecarim,
Humility before power.
and they have to do a lot of blocking here. Yeah, he blocks here with the Eye of the
You
Dragon.
act, but do not see.
And right now we're looking at lethal. He's forced to block with Ezreal as well.
Obstacle? Me gauntlet.
We have 4 damage here, 7 damage, 8 damage. We are extremely close. Actually, no, we have lethal. I didn't account for Hecarim's death. Yep, we have lethal.
You lack subtlety.
We got lethal.
You act, but do not see.
Ezreal should block. Ezreal should block the 2/2 if he wants to stay
No
alive.
sweat.
Yep, that's exactly how he lives. Right? Yeah, he lives on 1 here. No, but he's still dead. He's still dead. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Beautiful! So beautiful! So beautiful! GG, buddy. This dies. That singing was trash? Well, you're trash. How about I ban you? Forever. Alright, it's Sylex. And Sylex is always playing the same deck, isn't he? I'm gonna keep this hand. It's a little bit slow. But it's also pretty fine at the same time, like. How can he stop my Dark Water Scourge Deathmark combo?
Let me show you what I can do. My turn.
I like these lines of plays. Like, the idea is to lead off with the Dark Water Scourge and basically Deathmark into the Crimson Disciple. I don't know how he stops this. I love this combo. The value, baby!
For the Empire.
Alright, we take the damage.
Make the Empire proud.
We're not gonna take free damage on our Dark Water Scourge. We'll get that health back, right? He's limited to 4 mana this turn, so there's nothing like, he can't do anything too crazy. And I have a 5/5 with lifesteal that's very difficult for him to overcome. We're gonna go for Maokai. The plan is to Maokai and then to Shark Chariot into Blighted Caretaker next turn. And that'll be the tits.
The rot must be cut away.
So I will trade with this, naturally. That's a big fella. I can also just Soul Shepherd here.
Cheers to the best fake Brazilian card boy. Thanks for all the awesome content.
Thank you, man. I'm actually gonna go with you. I mean, to be fair, I get to... No, yeah.
Does death follow me, or peace?
Okay.
Explosives primed.
Send me to battle.
I'm gonna play Hecarim. He's running low on gas. And we're looking pretty healthy ourselves.
Clear it out.
Alright, definitely gonna block you here. Going to block you here. And I'm going to block you here. And take the rest of it. Not gonna mess around with Hecarim. I don't want to be vulnerable to, you know, a billion things. Oh. mean, we do have an answer for that now. Okay, we're gonna go with you.
I don't remember that.
If I sack you here, I mean, you're coming back anyways.
They will pay for what they did to you.
All that matters now is the little ones.
This Vile Feast is really relevant because if he does have like random decimates, most other things, then this 1 health can mean the difference.
This land is ours.
Oh, hello there. Ignorant fool.
The Winter's Claw.
I read you first.
Totally not toxic.
Fight or die.
They grow up so fast.
Cry out. Beyond death.
Your death! That's my Hecarim voice. It's pretty bad. I tried, okay?
What you can, coward.
No, he's a friend. He's a friend, Hecarim. Calm down. Relax. Alright, we climbing. Consider we started the stream at like 950 or something. And, you know, we got 500 slots in not that long.